All right, there's nothing that I like more than a one pot or one pan recipe. This is a breakfast recipe. And Oz Harvest is all about reducing the amount of food waste in our lives. So this recipe, you could call it fancy baked beans. I'm using a little bit of chorizo, but if you don't have chorizo, you can use bacon, you can use pancetta. So I'm just gonna get that starting to sweat a little bit. It steals a little bit of an idea from Shakshuka. We're just gonna put in the chorizo, some onion, we'll put in some tomatoes. Got some beautiful cherry tomatoes and some mixamato tomatoes. Then I'm gonna add some cannellini beans. That's why it's kind of a fancy baked beans. I did take a little bit of the liquid out of the can, but I like to leave most of it in there. Thickens the sauce. So we're gonna put in a little bit of smoky paprika, a little bit of cayenne pepper because I love it, a little bit of cumin. This is why we're stealing some of this from the idea of shakshuka, and some chili flakes. Why not? So we're just gonna cook that down. I just crank it up a little bit. So now it's sort of about letting that reduce. And you know what, just so they don't go to waste, I may as well throw these leftover roasted tomatoes that I've got here into the mix. Some of that beautiful liquid. Waste not, want not. This is actually gonna be delicious. You know what, just go the whole hog. And it's also got that little bit of roast garlic flavor. You know what, I'm even gonna put some of these in. There we go. Just gonna add a little bit of sugar just to neutralize the acid in those tomatoes. And then it's gonna make a couple of little dimples. Stealing from the idea of a shakshuka, gonna crack in a couple of eggs. Now we'll put it into the oven for 5 or 10 minutes and we're done. There we go. Those eggs have cooked. Just gonna add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, some parsley over the top. And that is a one pan breakfast. You can call it rustic baked beans, hearty shakshuka, Aussie rustic shakshuka, Bushman's campfire, whatever you want. It's eggs and beans and chorizo and it's delicious. There are over 1 million Australians who are struggling just to put food on the table. So ozharvest.org if you can help, because $1 will provide 2 meals for someone in need.